this is Raj. I'm glad you all here. Today we are going to see the hands-on session, which is a step-by-step coding process regarding integration between ReactJS and Spring Boot through OAuth2. If you haven't watched my previous video, please go and watch it. It's kind of theoretical, and if you are not a theoretical person, I welcome you to this video. If not, go and watch that and come back here. It is a good video and not maybe great, but it's good. You can watch it and come back here. Today we are going to see the Spring Boot part, the server coding part in step-by-step manner. I'm going to create one project in the server level where I'm going to create the authorization server, the resource server, and the resources which the React.js need to consume it. So why waste time? Let's dive into the code as I have explained this theoretical part previous story itself. So why repeat now? That is my STS. Yep. Okay. Today, as promised, we are going to do the coding part. So I like this STS Studio. It is good to use. So I'm using it for a very long time. It's create a project, Spring Boot project. Yep. Thing it's a demo. It's fine. I'll just keep it everything as simple as it possible. So we need a bunch of libraries. So we definitely need OAuth2. This video is OAuth2, so we need it. And as to database, it's good to have a database. Spring Actuator, yep. I'm gonna select bunch of this. Definitely we need a web and Spring Data API we are going to use in this video. So I have selected a bunch of this and next here we go. Okay, our project is ready. First thing is I'll just update my project. Yep, doing great. This guy, I want to start from this guy. This is the main program in if you take any Java application, main is the one which is the main program. The application starts from this main program. Our beautiful Spring Boot framework also start with the main program. Just some single annotation. The magic word is Spring Boot application. If you annotate with this, your normal program will become a Spring Boot application. That's it. That's pretty much it. You can just go ahead and run this application. Let me do that. But it's nothing. It won't be there. Nothing is there. But we have a production grade application which we can deploy right now itself. Let it come up. So, as I told you in this video, we need two part actually. For Spring Boot server, we need two part. One is the authorization server and the resource server, and some web security we need to handle it. To build the Spring Boot server part, as I told you in the previous video, the authorization server we are going to build it, the resource server we are going to build it, and web security we are going to build it. So it's up and running and it is useless now. So let's just stop it right there. So when I say we need a authorization server, how do we make a server? It is as simple as it is in Spring than any other framework. You just need to make bunch of config file and it is going to be the file which I'm going to create. Like let me create and explain to you. Authorizations. Authorization server config. Okay, we have our first config. Let me create a bunch of two config too, and we can go one by one. That is so. One more is resource server. Server config. One more is web security config. That's it. Once we finish this free file, you will have a up and running OAuth2 protocol application. So other than this configuration, you need to create one more, which we will be going to create it. A bunch of file which require this file, but one more file is this control we will be going to create that will be supporting the OAuth2 protocol. In brief, like this authorization server and resource server and the resource whatever that we are going to create, it lies under the rest. So rest we will be creating one more, so that all we are creating it later. Let's focus on this one. So authorization server config, how do we make a config in Spring? Nothing fancier, just put configuration. It is as simple as this. Ta-da! And how we can make this as authorization server? Ta-da! And we need to extend certain class, which is authorization. Come on, girl. I'm too lazy to even type it. Let's just copy this for three fellows. So that's it, bro. Like, we need to create bunch of this configuration. Once we are done with this configuration, that our authorization part is done. Let me just paste it. So authorization server endpoint. If you see in the picture, this is the part we are creating right now, the authorization server. So this authorization server, in order to work, it needs an authentication manager. I'll tell you later why we need an authentication manager. Let's go and create this authentication manager. Auto wire. There is authentication. Manager. Yeah. So this guy, we'll just copy and paste it. This guy is the responsible manager who controls the authorization server. And we need to specify this endpoints with our registration authorization server. Just give the authentication manager. Yeah, that's it. We have done authorization server and we have defined our own authentication manager. This authentication manager is the responsible one who deals with the authorization. So whichever the request comes here, we'll make some more configuration over the authentication manager. But as of now, we are giving the endpoints. Hey, I'm giving the request. Let's just control this with you. I'm not responsible. You just going to control it. So let's just define that in endpoints authentication manager. I have given my authentication manager. And the important part here is the client. Who's this guy? This guy is the responsible whenever I'm making a request and what kind of client ID, what kind of secret ID, and who's the user, and is this what kind of protocol, what kind of brand type. and there are bunch of questions. When you say as a client, you are the client. Whenever the in our part the resource client is nothing but a React.js. So the React.js, whenever they make bunch of requests, this request has to go through have certain what do you call parameters in order to access our system, because anyone can access our system. We don't need any security at all. So we need to have certain limitation. There we are going to set here in memory. This is easier to create an in-memory memory client, because our authorization grant type this kind of thing. We right now I don't want to store it in a database level, but we are going to create user details and roles and user details we are going to create separately in database level. But access token, whenever it creates and generate an access token, I don't want to store it anywhere in the system, but please keep it in the RAM, because it doesn't have much memory now. It's just bunch of codes. But when it comes to user table, user information, we need to store it somewhere. That we will do it later part. Here for access token, getting access token for the service. And again, what is access token? If you watched my previous video, you would have known. So please watch my previous video and come back. It is a good video. At least watch the last 2 minutes where I have explained this dumb picture, which makes much more sense. Then, so let me just make a bunch of things and I'll explain you. हमारा tested client not as hope you guys not sleeping. Just give me a couple of not seconds. I'll try to finish this one as quick as possible, because if I type and read it to you guys, it's taking so long. So role make you client and my trusted client. Trusted client dot scopes. Read. I'm going to give you everything. You write it. I'm trusting this client, so I'm giving trust. Okay. Give 5,000 resource ID. This is my dear OAuth2 resource dark. Final one is white. I already given you. Why are you coming? Go. And secret. It's too hard to read. Go out. Let me just have my secret. Where are you? Scopes I have given you. SER. Here you are. So let's just be it. So what I have done here, as I told you, access token I don't want to store anywhere, so I kept it in the memory. And with client, this is the client secret, they call it client ID. So I'm setting my client ID. This is not the username and password where the user logins. This is our OAuth protocol. So other than our username and password, we need to have certain upper level security. This is we need to secure it now. So my trusted client is our client ID, and this secret guy, I'll tell you later about this guy. So authorized client types. This is a password. Since username and password I'm going to use on top of client ID and the secret key I'm going to use, and whoever has role of client, role trusted client, you can access it. You have the full provision on the system. Read, write, trust. I trust you. So for secret, I can just give secret. That's it. We have done our client part. And one more guy we need to configure is, where is that guy? Yep, here. So as of now we have configured our authentication manager, our client details we have configured. Now it's time for our security. So anything, any request you first check my access token, and if that access token is authenticated, then allow that guy. Otherwise, just let him go. Don't allow my system, it is protected. So we have pretty much done it, except one thing. At beam, I'm in the main function. So password encoder get. I'm too tired to type, so just copy and paste it. My encoder is new b. Where are you? And return. So anything in the system, for example password or security, cannot be just a word. Any string can be, if anything is a string, anything can be readable, then some hacker might be hacked it, right? So I want to protect this system. So how to protect my system? I need some encryption. So I'm using the password encryptor. As this is this bcrypt encrypt password encryptor is one of the efficient algorithm out there, so I'm using it right away. Let me just copy paste and bulk of things. We have done with our almost done with our authorization server. Come on now. Yep. And one more thing is encode, because you might have hacked me system. You guys are so geeky and you might have hacked my system, so I'm just encrypting. Ta-da! Our resource server. Now we have to come to our resource server. Let's just give bunch of things which we have done redundantly. Yeah, Spring is all about redundancy. You have to do same configuration stuffs. Enable resource server. So extends resource server config adapter. Here you are, man. This I like this guy. Why? Because this guy have only one configuration to be override. So let me just, before going to resource server, let's go to the picture. We have done with our authorization part, and we are going to do our resource part. And I'm going to not explain this. You guys have to go and watch the first video. So at resources. I want to secure it, but before securing it, headers frame option dot disable, because I don't like this frame option. No, not really. This we have to disable because we are not using form kind of things. So form login we are not using in the system security system. We are using access token. So OAuth2 protocol we are using in the system. So I'm just putting form option to be default. So this frame option to be default. So I don't need to deal with this one. So and whenever you put and, you will have a new object of HTTP. This is one of the frameworks gift to us. So so I don't need to do any redundant again. I don't need to create one more config. So you disable my frame option and you give me HTTP. So if you click here, it is the HTTP instance itself, because we have put and authorize any request. Very good, but I need to control you. So and matches, sorry, it is not and matches string parameters, which is anything which has slash, and yeah, pretty much it. And let's have one more called home permitted. I don't need to secure this one. Anything slash home and thing, you just permit it. But again, unmatches, I'm gonna restrict you using this one. API slash star star have to be authenticated. You are not a free person. You have to be authenticated. So that's it, my friend. Research server is we have completed, and this guy has a bunch of requests. I hate this guy because we need to do something. So let's do that again. So now we have done with this two part. Now you may ask why we need to have web security. Again, we have the authorization server and the resource server done. The thing is, my friend, anything you have done it is belongs to OAuth2, but you have not satisfied the Spring security. So in order to do that, you need to have a Spring security to be overridden. Otherwise, it will come error. Go and extends web security. Where are you? Yep. Again, I need certain things. We need this freaking password guy, so I don't want to type it again. So and for one more guy we needed is user details. Come on. No. No. Come on. So this one custom, because this is going to be my custom. user details. Okay, so this guy, why we have configured mean we need to have our own database to be accessed to get username and password, not the Spring default username and password. So any user which registered in your system, he has to access through your database. So our custom user we have not yet created, but I will create it later. So wait for that. So our custom user will have the username and password, and we have to tell the Spring, don't take yours. I already have it one. Public void config. Anything in Spring is configuration, guys. It is as simple as it is. You just need to remember a bunch of things. And authentication. Have you remembered the authentication manager which we have declared in the authorization server? If you guys remembered, then we need that guy here. I told you that we are going to create this one. We will be reading it later onwards. So this authentication manager which we have built previously, which we have set it to the authorization server, we are for that authentication manager we are going to give our own password. I don't like this name, so I'll keep it up. So Mr. Authentication Manager, don't take anything from yours, use it ours. User detail, custom, come on. And anything with password encoder, don't take it your default, because I am having it my own. Spring is not happy. Now you happy? Yeah, I guess so. Then we need bunch of method, guys, so I'm really not a good guy. I need, where is that method? Where are you? We need this one. This guy we needed. And who else they needed? Who else we needed? This guy we definitely need this one. I'll copy it and paste it here. And one more thing we need is, where are you, my dear friend? HTTP security. Here you are. Here you are. Sitting quietly. Paste this one. Let's just remove this guy. I'm not allowed. Let's just remove it and put public and boot art override. Because we are overriding this one. So authentication authors request. I love this auto typing, but sometimes it is pain, you know. So let me quickly do a bunch of things before I explain. Simply I'm permitting all. And like I said, we are not using form logging, so get away. HTTP basic. What else we need? I don't like this guy. Where are you? I don't like a couple of guys, so I'm going to disable those guys. I don't like this guy, and yeah, pretty much it. So what we have done here, we have simply just created a configuration file where the authentication manager builder, which contain our username and password, which I have not yet created, our data table I haven't created, which I will create it later. But for now, I'm just giving the custom user detail and password encoder. We have already declared as bcrypt encoder. In the config file, the HTTP we need to make this slash OAuth slash token, which gives our authorization token. So whenever this client makes a request, it will not have the access token. So in order to, this client will only have one URL to access in our system other than the public URLs. To get our secure URL, we need to open this port, open this URL to our client slash OAuth slash token. This URL will give the access token to our client if they've given the right credentials. So we have pretty much done, guys. Only one more thing yet to go. Super authentication manager bean, because we are overriding our web security, and if we haven't given our authentication manager bean, which is something related to this guy, this bunch of integration stuffs internally they have done, and if we don't given this one, you will receive error, my friend. That's it. We have done pretty much it. Let's go and create our risk controller. Can we create our risk controller now? No. We again need one more file, which is called the user services. We have done almost everything except we haven't given this guy, this custom user detail guy. We haven't. So I'll just quickly go ahead and create one config.service, not service dot finish, and here I just need, come on guys, where is one class which is sometimes my gut stuff, which is a custom. So this one is let's say custom user details service, because we haven't defined any services. As I told you in the security, we haven't given the user details, where the username and password the system has to get and verify. So in order to do that, we need to have our own custom services. So I'm just keeping it my custom user detail services. So Spring won't assume anything. Let me extend a couple of guys, like whatever. Yep. Please stay tuned. We are almost end of the world, my friend. So just stay tuned. Couple of minutes. We are almost done. User details services. Again. This guy may say, I need one more method to implement it. I'll implement it for you, don't worry. So user, which is a new user, which is pretty much it. This guy, why this having a couple of parameters? Wire, password. We really need this password encode wherever we are using the password, so my application will be safe from you guys. Whoever want to hack it has to be secure. Dot encode, and the greatest password I can ever think of is password. And I don't care about this guy, so pretty much it. I'm going to make it everything true, 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 true. And this guy is something a special guy, so we need to treat him special. Authority. I'll type it first, so then I'll quickly explain everything to you. So authorities util dot create authorities list, right? So list, and come on you. Auto typing is clean, guys. Arrays dot as list, and role of a normal user. Why there is an error? Cannot convert. Sorry. Arrays as list. Why error? Array create authority list and give bunch of. Okay, wait a minute, guys. I have screwed somewhere. I've screwed it somewhere where I have screwed it. Array list as user row. One more thing, empty can be there. Cannot convert list string to string. What do you want, man? What is this parameter? So need string. I'm going to give you. Now I think it's cool. So my mistake, guys. So as I have told you, we need to connect to our database in order to get the username and password. Since we are running out of time, I'll do it in the upcoming tutorial, but I'm just hard coding the username as whatever the user we are going to pass, but the password I'm just giving the password, and create utilities and role. So some URL, let's take a manager can access certain URLs, a normal user can access certain URLs, the admin have the privilege to access all URL. Based on the URL, we can able to manipulate the security. So as of now, I'm just giving the simple URL, and everything is so simple now, but it will get complicated. Don't worry. Once I run everything, it will be complicated. Life is not easy, my bro. So rest, I'll make it rest, home rest controller. I'll give a quick request rest controller command. Yep. Yeah, here and at rest, sorry, request mapping. Here it is going to be slash API slash home public string get home. Return nice home. And without the API request, I will give one more call. Not nice home. Not nice, not home. Yeah. Okay, this one is protected and this one is not. Let me just run my application and check whether is there any errors coming or not. So let's check out, guys. Check. And I will quickly recap once everything is done. Don't come error. Like I have an error. Not avoid authentication manager in your configuration. Yes, I forgot one thing. I guess authentication manager. Given super, right? Sorry, guys. I should have authentication manager where you which error it's in auto my fault. Just second, guys. So let me just go to this guy and annotate. I know I have faced this error before and I done the same mistake previously. I'm doing it now. I think I haven't learned a thing from my past. So come on demo. Come on demo. Come on, come on. So as I have previously told you that this authentication manager is we have overriding the authentication manager here. Since we are overriding, we need to give the Spring. We need to tell the Spring that we are overriding. I'm doing it so wrong. Service. Anything you mentioned with an annotation is going to be a bean automatically. If you don't annotate like this, it will be an error. It will be a lesson for you guys. Don't do the mistake I do. Don't worry. Once every coding is done, I'll upload this entire repo to a GitHub and let you guys play on. Oh, by God grace, it is working. Let me check our good friend here. The thing I have again my trusted client. Client. Wow, it's very good. Client. And the secret is secret. And the username is user. And the password is the most secure password of everything. Password. Yep, it's working, guys. So let me explain what we have done here. the quick view. So before that, what is this URL? I'll explain what is the grant type. Grant type is nothing but like you have we have OAuth2 slash O token, which we have given as a permittal. So this is the particular URL where access token can be produced. So we have told the Spring Security, don't restrict this one, give it as a full access. So grant type it, username and password only we are using. So username, since I am the user, I have put a dummy user here. Anything which comes in the username, you take it as a user. And password, I'm setting it as password. It's not a good password, but it's okay. But we will be doing some secure password in later on this tutorial using database. So we have given us password, and this username and password as I have given you with client, this my trusted client is my secured client, and the secured password I have given you. On top of our username and password, there is one more username and password to access this URL itself. Since we have given this and we have given us a basic URL name and password as this one, we have got the access token. With this access token, we can access our home. If I given some wrong access token, it will say, hey, you have given the wrong access token, I will not accept this one. So let me give the correct access token. Nice home, wow. And if there is something is not protected, you don't need to give the access token. Not nice home. Not to get nice home, you have to give the API to be secured. That's it, guys. That's our code. Pretty much it we have done for today. And I hope you have enjoyed our coding part, live coding. And I will planning to upload some more. To quickly overcap what we have done is demo application. We have the password encoder to be auto binned, auto wired, and this is our main application. We have three configuration. We have configured authorization server, we have configured resource server, we have configured web security. And each of the configuration we have to do some configuration. And the authentication manager is the one who is going to be authenticate anything, which is a part of authorization server. So that server we need to give our custom user details, which extends from the Spring Security user details, some implemented. So we have to have the default load username by user. So this user we have just made it as I am the user. So as a dummy user, I have put it over there. So we have got our response back. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video. I will come back later with bunch of more videos, and we have not yet finished our application ReactJS and Spring Boot. We will continue doing it. Thank you so much. Please do subscribe.